Hi dear all, welcome to the session of data analytics. And in the earlier sessions we have seen the fundamentals of the data architecture, and in the next thing we observed various sources of the data, and now we are extending our understanding of various sources of the data like sensor signals, GPS, etc., related to these particular aspects. Okay, how to handle in the data analytics. And initially sensor data, and thereafter we'll be seeing about various kinds of the sensor networks, grid sensors and CCDs, and thereafter the signal. Okay, and then GPS kind of the model, and thereafter we'll talk about the data management. So coming to this sensor data is the output of a device that detects and responds to some type of input from the physical environment. So it gives some kind of the measures, and the output may be used to provide information or input to another system or to guide a process. Always the output may not be used as a final outcome. You can take that particular output as input to the another machine, or in the process of guiding the system, you can make use of that particular sensor data. Here are a few examples of sensor just to give an idea of number and diversity of their applications. So a photo sensor detects the presence of visible light, infrared transmission, and ultraviolet energy. And lidar, which is nothing but light detection and ranging. Okay, light detection and ranging, a laser based method of detection, range finding and mapping, typically uses a low power eye safe pulsing laser working in conjunction with a camera. So it depends on constraints, and depending on the kind of the data, you can make use of these particular sensor data. And a charge coupled device, CCD, which stores and displays the data for an image in such a way that each pixel is converted into an electrical charge, the intensity of which is related to a color in the color spectrum. And smart grid sensors can provide real-time data about grid conditions, detecting outages, faults, and load, and triggering alarms. All these kind of things can be observed as a smart grid sensors. And wireless sensor networks, which combine specialized transducers with a communications infrastructure for monitoring and recording conditions at diverse locations. These are all the wireless sensor network. And commonly monitored parameters include temperature, humidity, pressure, wind direction and speed, illumination intensity, vibration intensity, sound intensity, power line voltage, chemical concentrations, pollutant levels, and vital body functions. Because while as we are using the sensor networks, always we may not get the proper data. So all these particular things, all these parameters can be observed, and of course you can capture these difficult, because manually you may not find out these kind of things whatever we have seen, like temperature, humidity, pressure, and all. So with the help of these wireless sensor networks, we can handle all these aspects, right? And the next category, once the sensors are over, the signaling kind of the data. The simplest form of the signal is direct current, that is switched on and off. This is the principle by which the early telegraph worked. Okay, and more complex signals consist of an alternating current or electromagnetic carrier that contains one or more data streams. Okay, these kind of techniques are basically you can observe with the electrical and electronics kind of things, friends. And but as a kind of input, you can observe these signals, but at least we should have some kind of the considerations. Okay, and data and signals. Data must be transformed into electromagnetic signals prior to the transmission across a network. And data and signals can be either analog or digital in nature. A signal is periodic if it consists of continuously repeating pattern. Okay, so the observation of that periodic signals can be done after observation of certain signal. And GPS, so global positioning system, is a space-based navigation system that provides location and time information in all weather conditions anywhere on or near the earth where there is an unobstructed line. So without any obstruct or without any obstacle of site to 4 or more GPS satellites. The system provides critical capabilities to military, civil, and commercial users around the world. The United States government created the system, maintains it, and makes it freely accessible to any with a GPS receiver. Okay, so many organizations are there where you can find out accessing of this particular system and maintain the data. And we are moving into the concept of the data management, friends. I am giving a brief description about this data management. In the subsequent videos, we are going to see about what exactly the data quality and how these particular things can be handled: noise, outliers, missing values, and duplicate data. And thereafter, the data pre-processing, some of the data pre-processing technique. Okay, thank you.